Workout time. Got my rings. It's my gym. It's my gym right there. I generally have to give myself a little push to work out. Sometimes a bigger push, a little push. I love working out. I love training. I love the feeling. I love the after effects. But sometimes there's just that little line where I'm just like, I could just do something else. I could just distract myself and do something else. You know, I could say, oh no, I need to do this and this and this, and then the whole day goes. So just that little push, that little fine line where you could just not do it, but then you just go, I'm going to do it. Just get to that place where you just go, I'm just going to do it. Because once you start getting momentum, you start doing it, you feel, oh yeah, of course, why wouldn't I do it? You know, let's do it. So here you can see I've got a fairly unusual way of putting up the rings. In life I'm always looking for the most efficient and effective way of doing things. So here I just put the rings on my head and throw the straps over both at the same time. Just looking for the most energy efficient way, easy, quickest way to just put them up there, and obviously do it effectively that, you know, they don't fall down or anything. But that's just, you know, playing with life, little life hacks. Doing things a little differently, thinking differently, not thinking outside the box. You know, get out of that box. Get out of that box that tells you got to do things a certain way. You don't. You know, that's where the magic in life happens, is when you get out of that box. You just do whatever you want to do. You follow your heart. You do what you love to do. When I say follow my heart, that's what I'm talking about. Doing what you love to do. So here I'm hanging. Sometimes I hang for up to 3 minutes at a time. It's great for the grip strength, but much more than that. You're stretching out the back, you're lengthening the spine, getting the synovial fluid to flow around each of the vertebrae. Here, hanging upside down. Again, it's a slightly different. Inversion is a great thing as well. You know, how many people do that these days? Hang, invert themselves every day. You know, this will save your health. This will save you on many medical bills. This will save you on painkillers, on back problems and all sorts of things. Just take time every day just to hang for a few minutes. Loosen everything out. So this is my warm-up. I'm hanging my legs, my body's starting to warm up. I'm hanging my hands. Doing a little bit of a stretch here. Stretching the quadriceps, stretching the lower back, stretching the upper back. Getting a good stretch in here. Stretching all around the shoulders here. That's a really good stretch there, but a little bit advanced if you're not used to it. So this is a sneak inside look at some of the routines I do. Stretching out the hamstrings there, pushing away onto the bar. That's a really good stretch there. Coming down under control. A little bit of a loosen up of the back, the body. This is something that I do with my Tai Chi students, using the legs and the hips just to swing the arms. But the arms are completely relaxed, the hands are completely relaxed, and you're just directing them in which way to go with your body. Slapping the different meridian points there on the body. Don't be afraid to give yourself a good slap. Liven up the senses, get the circulation going, balance out the energetic system of the body. Again, loosen up the lower back more. When you do this, we want to relax your back. Bend the torso. You feel great after that. So now we're ready to get into a little bit of yoga here. Do a few sun salutations. And there's a little bit more energy to do this. More resistance in this. So I'm getting a slight resistance workout and at the same time stretching out my body. At the same time getting that inverted V. Opening up the shoulders there. Stretching out the torso. This is just a great warm-up here. All of the body warm-up that you can do in 5 minutes or less. Get you ready for some intense workout. And here, just stretch up one of the legs, stretch it up nice and high. Bring the heel in, really opening up the body, opening up the torso, opening up the hips. Warming up the shoulders here because the pressure pushing down. And doing that, I guess, dovetail, press up, down, and jumping up, handstand, jump up. Go out there under control, jump out, keep it under control as you jump out. Try and do this as slowly as possible. In that posture you want to be pushing away with the hands, letting the heel drop into the ground, and then pushing back, having the head relaxed, neck relaxed. Such a great exercise, great posture. So you get that spinal bend there as you go around, bending the whole body. It's not just stretching out the front and the back of the body, you're stretching out the sides of the body as well. You want to prepare yourself quite well before you get on the rings because it's such an intense piece of apparatus to work with. And so you want to have all your tendons warmed up, otherwise you could be in for an injury. Start off quite easy here. Doing some press-ups on it, keeping the grip, putting the rings out quite wide, getting it on the pectorals, keeping the body stiff. And it just keeps the intensity on the exercise the whole time. Even at the top of the exercise, you're still pulling in with the rings. Now I want to superset this with some leg lifts. I'm going to bring the legs full 180 all the way up to the top, back down again under control. And this is working a lot. It's of course it's working the abdominals, you're working your hip flexors, also you're working your upper body as well. We've just really blasted the pecs on the press-ups, but the pecs get blasted here again with these. You're actually engaging your pecs quite strongly here as well, so your pecs get a really good blast when you superset these two exercises. Also a little bit of the back incorporated as well for this movement. The lats, a bit of the triceps, a bit of the biceps. Just a super exercise to do. Just hanging there for a little bit to loosen that off. Now after a minute break I go for another one of these. This time you can see I let the rings go wider. So I'm getting an even deeper, this is even more difficult now. I'm really working the pecs even deeper now with this, less on the triceps. Really pulling it in there. Just getting a very deep workout on the pectoral muscles. If you want to have good chest muscles, this is the exercise for you, or one of them anyway. And this is fairly beginner. I still call this beginner exercises. They're not advanced or anything. You can start with these. Use your knees if you have to, or go up onto your toes. And with these kick-ups as well, nothing advanced with these 180. If you can only do 90 degrees, start with 90 degrees, up and down. Work it up. You don't have to do 180 degrees at the start. Even just hanging on the bar. Maybe you're just at the stage where you just want to hang on the bar for 30 seconds. Build up your grip strength. No matter what I'm doing, you can work up to it. The secret is no excuses. They say by the mile it's a pile, but by the inch it's a cinch. Just aim for an inch more every week. Okay, now getting on the rings. and going for using the false grip, which is difficult if you ever try it, and then doing pull-ups with the legs out at well, almost the right angle. So this is massively intense now, doing these. I can get up on a bar and do 25 pull-ups, but once I get on the rings and do the false grip, legs out like that, and then try that, it's a whole other ball game. So now I'm going to go into some dips. Again, dips on a bar and dips on the rings, a totally different ball game. Anyone who's adept on the rings would say this isn't great technique right now, but because the rings are so short, my back's hitting the very top. My technique would be slightly different. I'd flail my arms out, my hands out, if the rings were longer at the minute. Now front views, so another set of these with a false grip. See how the wrists are bent in like this? Makes this much more intense and builds the forearm muscles very strongly. And this is really a build up for the muscle up, where you're going all the way up, pulling up and keep on going right up to a dip. This is how you prepare for that. Keep it under tension, keep it slow. Just doing the rings, it makes it intense. You don't have to think about the intensity too much. The rings make it intense. A difference with gym equipment, you can do it intense or not. So I was pretty blown after that. I'm just going to go straight into some handstand shoulder press. Just to finish off the shoulders. You can do shoulder press on the rings as well. I'm not quite there yet. The balance and that bar is a bit too low to practice it on. So I'm pushing hard there, but no, nothing's happening. Not getting up. So it's like an isometric press I'm doing there. Generally, I'm looking to go to maximum muscular failure. Yep, just checking myself out there. Check out the physique. 100% cruelty-free muscle, plant-based athlete. Go for another set of these after a minute break. Just to finish the workout off with a real blast. Workout doesn't have to be long. 20 minutes. This is a 20-minute workout. The only thing I've left out is the breaks. I'm showing you everything I'm doing. Now you know the secrets. Secrets to getting strong and looking awesome.